Will John Terry be fit for this weekend?
He will not be fit for this weekend. I just happened to see him. I saw him this morning. He worked with the physios. Yesterday he was trying a bit on the pitch, but still too many problems to be fit for the weekend.
Is it still the same issues that he has?
Yeah.
And how much longer do you think it might be before he's available?
We have a week. I hope next weekend he will be available. I cannot predict it, but I think we have to be a bit cautious with him as well, because he likes to be there every day. But no, we must be careful. We must be careful. I think maybe next weekend, but knowing him, and you know him, he loves to be. He tried yesterday, but no.
How much of a disappointment is that to you?
Of course it's a disappointment, because he is the leader, not now, and since years he's already leader of this club and this team. But on the other hand, what I said before, I'm not going to complain and not going to mourn the guys who are putting their effort in his place or in the central defense place. They have full confidence, and they did already in Paris. I think they had a decent performance, our central defenders.
How ready to play is Matt Miazga? I know he was on the bench in Paris.
Yeah.
Might this weekend be an opportunity for him?
He is close, he is fit, he had a good pre-season and he's fit. We are doing now some tests today and I get the results this afternoon, but I think normally he will be fit. He's okay. What the weekend will bring, it's too early at this moment.
Do you have any other injury concerns?
The normal injury. Falcao is still off. He's still with the physios. I think we don't have much more than Falcao. Terry. I might forget one. I don't know. No.
What did you make of what Roy Keane had to say about Eden Hazard? He said,
I don't know so much what everyone's saying. But I'm not going to react much on all kinds of commentaries. I think it's the best.
Do you have any concerns over Eden Hazard's attitude, though?
Not about just attitude. It's about what I said before. He was in a difficult situation, but he has to step up. He knows that, and we have also our talks with him. Although I don't like very broad talks in hours, but every now and then, small conversation, how to step up to the next level. That's what his wish is, and I hope that he will step up as soon as possible. He has sometimes, you saw this in the last game as well. Sometimes he has this what he is able to do. I remember now once he had a sprint on our right hand side. There you see that's the old Hazard, and we hope to see that more frequently.
I mean, it's not the first time you've kind of said this. Do you sense that there is improvement, that there is progress being made?
He's showing once, but he can show more, and he is aware of that. He's aware of that. Now it's up to him to to step up.
John Obi Mikel scored for you in midweek. He says that you coming in has given the team more freedom. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, but that's not freedom, because a lot of people misunderstand often freedom. It's not freedom, because when you think of freedom, I can do anything I like. Yeah, I can go anywhere and I can do what I will, but it's not. I don't like the word freedom. It's more the feeling of, in every position, to have the feeling of responsibility. And I hope he's aiming on that, and I think he's aiming on that when he's saying that everyone has to take his responsibility to do his job, what is asked. We prepare the team in the training, we prepare the team in the team meetings, and then it's the execution is theirs, with a lot of responsibility. That's, I hope he make that interpretation, and I'm sure he will do that. So And big players have to step up. Also in big games, big players have to step up. And there I think he's referring on.
Manuel Pellegrini has said that he will make many changes this weekend. He's talked about playing a young team. Obviously they have a Champions League match next week. Will you make lots of changes?
Not many, or hardly, because we take this also very serious. And we have a serious approach to the FA Cup. And what my well-respected colleague says, yeah, he might also have a lot of interest in FA Cup. So let's see what happens Sunday. We'll take ourselves and them very serious.
Is the FA Cup Chelsea's best route for European football next season?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to get on the fourth position. So, regardless what it brings, it's nice to go for the ultimate target, which is also FA Cup.
Listen, you've been very successful in the FA Cup. You've not lost an FA Cup tie, I think, in England. You won them all so far.
Yes, I think so. But that were not that many, yeah.
Okay. What do you make of talk of changing the whole format of the FA Cup, to doing away with replays, to maybe making it a midweek competition?
About midweek, I'm in favour, I think, of that, and having the weekends for Premier League, and midweek it's can have a lot of attention, and until you go to the final stage of the FA Cup, which is semi-finals, finals, then I think the whole world likes to see it because of its importance to see it in the weekends. The other part of the question?
Doing away with replays, no replays?
Yeah, I think, of course, we have a very tight schedule for all the big clubs playing in Europe, playing tight schedule in Premier League. On one hand, on the other hand, I think for smaller clubs, it's a big adventure, and also to have the opportunity when they make a good result to have a second leg. I think we should not just think of the big ones, of course, and try to get a good schedule in Premier League, but also not forget the clubs who love to play against the big clubs as well. That's, I think, charming in the FA Cup. The FA Cup is a charming tournament.
What do you make of Manchester City just at the moment? They've lost their last two in the Premier League, lost to Leicester, lost to Spurs.
Yeah, I think they were a bit unlucky in the last games, but a big team always reacts. A big team cannot afford or doesn't want in its own selection that there is an array of defeats. They don't allow that. So we are warned.
And is a replay the last thing that both you and probably Manchester City want?
Well, that's yeah, because two big clubs.
Finally, can I just get your thoughts on Zlatan Ibrahimovic? He's indicated this week that he might like to come and play in the Premier League. Do you think that would be a good thing for English football?
Well, he is a star player already many years. We know him, and he is putting his effort in the results of a big club, which I think Paris has grown to a big club potentially in the quality. Yeah, it's up to the club who likes to sign him.
Okay, who's next? Simon.
Because have you had any words with Ed in this hall? Because obviously the interview earlier this week where he was talking about PSG and Real Madrid. Are you concerned about his focus about Chelsea and that he's fully focused?
Yeah, not because after a game, I let them rest 1 day or 2 days. But before that, I had every now and then very short or conversations with him, and asking about the situation, etc. But he's very keen to be here. He has extended his contract. He's happy here. His family's happy here. So there was no sign from his side to say no. I'm eager to go. No whatsoever. He's happy. But of course, I don't want to go into much attention to this. But he likes to step up as well.
Is it a case then of him sort of perhaps watching what he says from now on? Because obviously every time he's asked about PSG or Real Madrid, people are going to...
Yeah, but on the other hand, I think we will encourage him and of course talk to him about performance as we do with all the players and the team. And but then it's up to him, and I don't want to focus too much on that. That the whole world is just focusing on him. We have more players who must bring and can bring the effort.
Where does the 2009 victory sort of rank in your achievements as a manager?
Well, it's something for the past, but it is an achievement for the club. Always FA Cup for everyone who is involved, including me, and the prestige of the FA Cup. Winning the FA Cup is a prestigious prize in England, but also worldwide. So it's a worldwide recognized big prize.
And final one from me. Did Abdul Rahman show on Tuesday night that he actually does have a future at Chelsea? Because that was the first time I think you started him.
Yeah, he's a gifted player. He's a technical player. Tactically also a good going forward. No big problem because he is very calm when he's playing on the ball at the ball. But of course, as we talk to everyone, to Eden, but also to him, this past hours, that he has to focus also on his backtracking when he has to defend. That's there. He is focusing himself to make an improvement on that area, which is important for this very competitive league.
Andy.
Gus, does it surprise you that Manchester City might play a younger, so-called weaker team in a competition like this?
Hypothetically, if so, when are 2 or 3 young players putting in the squad, I bet they go for 120% of effort. So it's not always a favor. When the same here, we have to train here and we see youngsters like Bertrand, for instance, Bertrand Traoré. He's so ambitious. He's training well. He's learning every week. And when you put him in, then it's not easy to play them. So it's not always in favor. If you put 1 or 2 or 3 young players in, that you have more easy game. That's not always true.
And I know I've asked you this before. Have you had any more thoughts about your desire personally to maybe stay at Chelsea beyond the end of the season?
No, what we agreed, we stick to that.
Yes.
Which point of the pre-season is Pato, and which role do you think he can play in Chelsea? Number 9, 10, or wide?
He can play on the number 9 on the wide positions. He's now, to be honest, in the state of the 2.5-3 weeks of pre-season, and we'll see what will happen this afternoon. I have another reunion with the people who are bringing him. He's getting fitter and fitter, and we'll see what the results are of the tests we did today, where he can come in.
Carrie.
Yes, after the defeat earlier this season, Jose Mourinho said the result was a fake result and that Manchester City had resorted to long ball football. Is that's something that's come up in their game, in your tactical analysis building?
In their game?
Yeah.
If you see Man City playing, then they have the players who like to play the short game, and which is very threatening. They are all able to play the short game, and they do what I've seen frequently. I love to see them playing when they are in full possession of the ball, and they can outplay rather easily an opponent. So no, I think they play the short game very well.
Is going to Paris and coming back and showing some strength in the back half of that game a good preparation for facing Manchester City? Did you see any strength in your side?
Well, it's good to see that we had to reshuffle a bit our back four, but it's good to see that that they did under the circumstances there. It was a difficult game because it's, I think, one of the best teams in Europe to play, Paris Saint-Germain. But they did a decent job. So it was good to see that they did their job.
And in terms of games coming up in the next fortnight, is it important to get a strong result at home at Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, we had a good result last week, and the way we played was encouraging. Forward play were very vertical. I like to see the team going forward as much as possible. Also when we are not in possession of the ball. But this is a little bit different against a big team, and we'll see how the balance hopefully goes to us.
In terms of playing a young team, it has the real quality coming through at City.
City, they of course, I don't know all the players, the young players, but once more the same answer to the question. When young players come in, you can be assured that they are going 120%.
Okay, we need to wrap this bit up. Matt, anything from you today? No? Okay. Thanks, everyone. It's one more at the back, Phil.
Because the Champions League tie is in the balance, do you feel that this FA Cup match has more added significance to it?
More?
Added significance. Is it more important now?
No, it's equally important before the Champions League results we had this week. It's equally important. We said, I came here in December, then they said, let's get as soon as possible away from this relegation zone, which we are step by step and a little bit bigger steps ultimately. We are now climbing in the table, and that was the first target. Second was, of course, to see if we can go into the FA Cup final. So this equally important.
Is silverware something that will be a bonus for you this season, or is it still within Chelsea an expectation to try and deliver a trophy?
A bonus. It's always a bonus if you get a cup. That's a bonus. I'm not talking about the financial part of it, but the bonus is to win something that's forever remarkable.
Okay, Jonathan, if you have one quick.
On that, the last time you were here, you won the FA Cup. So how important would it be, how significant for you to add another trophy to your CV?
I'm not thinking just on myself. I love to be and love to work with my team, and I rarely talk about myself. When we achieve something, then it's a team achievement, not just the players who are playing the first 11 plus the others, but also my technical team, my colleagues. It's for me it's teamwork, and of course I'm the ultimate responsible, and I take the ultimate decisions, pro, contra, players or whatsoever. But then for me it's always teamwork, and I'm not that how shall I say, focusing on myself that I win. In case of this cup, we win this cup with my technical and everyone who is supportive.
I understand, but turn it around, and how important then to do something for the club, and they've shown faith in you again to come again to return to you once more. So
in a third spell?
No. This is your second spell. Come again if you like, sure. If you're available. But no, this is your second spell. This one was successfully won a trophy. What about trying to do it this time for the club again?
It would be beautiful for everyone. Everyone knows how the season started, how the season has progressed in the way it did. And if you can turn around a bit at the end when the prizes are divided by the clubs, the big clubs they always like to be or must be in when the springtime is coming. They must be at the stage where the prizes were handed over.